Hello, this is Milo, and you're listening to the Dockers Debate.
Good afternoon, dear listener. We are here at the GI Landscape Stadium for today's afternoon fixture between Snodland Town FC and Erith Town. The Dockers make the journey down to Medway sort of way for this game, and one thing that has been noticed straight away as soon as you walk in while you was queuing up at the chip van was how slanted the pitch is. Definitely, we're sitting in the main stand there. There's a big "keep off the pitch" sign, and it's definitely a left to right slant from the top right hand corner from where the corner flag is. I've just talked to the staff who were there. Apparently it's going to be relayed to. Never mind why they want you to keep off the pitch. Need a new pitch. It needs to be relayed. It's not great. I'm here with one of the Avery children. What do you think of the pitch? Bit of a slope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Downhill first half or second half?
It's like diagonal, but like a bit less diagonal.
Yeah, diagonal, but a little bit less diagonal. Elvis's follow-up to a little less conversation. So as we said, Erith Town going to this in fourth place. 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss from 5. Snodland at the moment have had no losses in their 4 games, but they have drawn 3. A team of Drews. They sit on the fence, clearly. But this should be an interesting one. Talking to Adam Woodward before the game, he's looking forward to this one. 31 degrees at the moment. It is very, very warm as the ground slowly fills up. We've got around 20 minutes left to go till kick-off. Just some of the warm-ups taking place now. Not too strenuous due to the weather. And I think I can see the goalkeepers might be having their short sleeves on today because it is a warm one. Do we do pre-score predictions? I'm not too sure because I really think this one could go either way. Snodland are a team who, as we were talking to Adam last week against Punjab, are a team who, even though they got promoted from Skeffel Division 1 last year, they're a team with bloody noses and they've got ambition. But so with Erith. Erith are a team who, after a few years of consecutive top 6 finishes, they want to go one better and really push and fight for those promotion places. And the way they're playing at the moment, you can't see why not. Obviously, they say the game is played on the field and not on paper. But let's just say it. On paper, this has got the makings of a good Skeffel Premier Division game. Up the Dockers. So I'm here with Rob, the webmaster, the floating head. Hello, Rob.
Watcher, how you doing?
Good.
And that for you?
Good to see they obviously clearly saw us walk in and put this song on.
Yeah, absolutely.
A bit of Tina Turner, simply the best. Here we go on, Tina. Do you think that's for us, Rob?
Gotta be. Who else is it going to be for?
Exactly. It's not from that chip van, that's for sure.
No.
Cheesy chips, melted cheesy chips. It's the only chips to stay cold in 31 degree heat. It's a warm one, isn't it?
Exactly.
I jest. £3.50 for cheesy chips ain't too bad actually.
Yeah. It is hot as a Docker's armpit.
Yeah.
God knows what it's going to be like on that pitch.
No, exactly. And I have to say, as the teams take to the field now, Snodland in their yellow. Who's just arguing when we're yellow and blue. The Dockers are in there red and black. They've decided to put their floodlights on.
Yeah, that's a bit mad, isn't it? Floodlights on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll tell you what, we need the liquidator, don't we? I mean, that walk-on music's been a real addition at the club so far.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're in the land of Snod.
We are in the land of Snod. We were ridiculed for that walk-on music, and now it just feels empty without it.
Exactly.
Go on the liquidator. Not long to go now. We haven't done a half-time prediction, or half-time or full-time prediction because of the way this pitch is.
Whoever's running downhill is going to be better off, I reckon.
Yeah, whoever scores more than the other.
Run uphill in the second half has got.
I'll tell you, you need your hiking gear, don't you? I saw this thing on the website.
They're going to have huskies halfway up the pitch. Or was it? No, St Bernards with the barrel of
Gatorade.
Yeah, exactly.
Halfway fan. But I saw this thing on this Daily Mail the other day about the steepest road in. Oh, we got some ice cubes walking past us. The steepest road in Britain was in Liverpool. This can't be too far off, can it?
No, this pitch is. I'm not joking. I walked in and I was absolutely amazed that they're actually allowed to get away with it being this much of a slope.
I'm not one to exaggerate, as you well know.
I've told you a million times I don't exaggerate.
However, I think if I started at the top of that pitch and ran down to the bottom, Usain Bolt's 100 metre would be in trouble.
Absolutely. I mean, it is. It's so weird. I can't remember a time. I can't remember the last time I saw a pitch at this much of an angle.
It is a bit Sunday League, isn't it? Yeah.
More than a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, up the Dockers.
Running in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was as well, rule of thumb, it was like when you used to, I mean, again, we're really making a point about this hill, let's see how much it actually comes into play in this game. But normally, when you were a Sunday League team, you always either played uphill first half or with the sun in your eyes first half? Because no, that was the whole thing, wasn't it? But I mean, and we're away. But I mean, yeah, that is quite the hill, and I don't know why the home team. I mean, they must know something we don't. The way the pitch rolls, clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're away now. Good call. Good. Quick start by Snodland. They are quick. I'll tell you what. If it don't go to plan today, I'll say it's the hill. King of the hill. Whoever scores the winning goal. There we are.
I reckon so.
That could be today's pun.
Yeah, I mean, you just saw just then the crossfield diagonal ball that they just hoofed from one side was just literally the
just flew, didn't it?
It flew and ended up right down the other end of the pitch. Not because he hit it particularly well, but because the slope took it with it. I would be clever here if I was the PA person. I'd have like Kate Bush's running up the hill. Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
Good, that's good.
Anything else with Hills? Purple Hills by D12.
Yeah.
That might be a bit too explicit. Anyway, 0-0 as it stands. You seem to be panicking a bit, Rob. I've never seen you like this before.
I'm not panicking, but they're getting a lot of early joy, and I just hope it's not one of them games where it takes us 10 minutes and we go a goal behind before we wake up.
Yeah, which happened against
Given that
Punjab.
we are in the land of snod.
We are in the land of snod. Have you had your jabs? Oh, I'll tell you what, he's this forward for them at the moment. I can't see his number at the moment. He's got the ball now on the left-hand side, just gets round Tom Ash. Cross comes in, well held by Mackenzie Foley there. But he's a bit of a danger. He gets up in well, doesn't he?
He does, and the slope is definitely helping them on that crossfield ball.
Yeah.
That's twice now they've put us out on that.
And but no, going back to it, with that forward, slope or no slope, that is the question, as Shakespeare once wrote before he got his eraser out. W.H. Smiths were around at that time. But the forward, like ye old Smiths. But with Smythes.
W.H. Smythes.
W.H. Smythes. But I have to say, that forward there, like I say, he's looking quite lively and quite dangerous. Oh my God, what a clearance that was backwards. But he's looking quite dangerous in the first opening minutes, isn't he? From Snodland.
He is, but although he's making good running and he's getting into good spaces, we are covering him well. We just need to stop him getting those crosses in with the kind of whip he's getting on him.
I'll be interested to see what his pace is like second half when he's mountain climbing.
Exactly.
Snodland have just hit the bar from the edge of the box, but what a strike. I mean, it seemed to take a deflection, didn't it, there?
It took a little bit of a nick, and it did well. Hit the underside of the crossbar, bounced down.
Foley was beaten, let's be honest.
Goalkeeper was well beaten, but I don't think it actually crossed the line or anything.
No. To be fair as well, normally I know when you haven't got the sort of goal line technologies and the VARs and all that malarkey, but no one really appealed for it, did they? Like as if it had gone in.
No.
So yeah, dodged a bullet there, didn't we?
Honesty amongst players, who knew?
Honestly amongst players, it's very rare. Remains 0-0. One thing I will say as well, away from the pitch just for the moment, it's decent turnout today so far.
It is. It's mind you, to be fair, it is a lovely day to be standing watching a game of football.
Yeah.
The sun is shining.
Or BMXing over the back there.
Yeah, or BMXing over the back there. Which I'm, to be fair, a bit old for now.
Yeah.
Given that my ankles are made of crisps and I weigh about 20 stone,
But aside from that, you'd be back flipping and ollieing left, right, and centre, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If I knew what that meant, yeah.
I just read it somewhere. I was going to say Tony Hawkby was a skateboarder.
He was a skateboarder.
But no, it's a decent turnout. The stand's bit 2/3 full, 3/4 full.
Yeah. There's a lot of people eating cheesy chips.
Yeah, you've got a few people. You've got one person standing and no stand in this area a bit.
The pints are flowing.
Yeah, that's what we like. And yeah, seems to be a nice day. Anyway, Erith Town, corner on the left-hand side, looks like Milo's taken from it. I'll tell you what shows the difference. Erith just played a crossfield ball to give him the ball, and it needs a cab to get the rest of the way. Milo left-hand side comes in, swung in. Oh! Look, was that cleared off the goal? Was that cleared off the goal line? What's he give there? Oh, he's give a goal kick. I thought he headed that clear, but clearly not. Clearly not. He's gone out for a goal kick apparently.
I thought that was going to go in. I thought that was just going to go.
That's what I thought. I thought the keeper headed it off the. Okay, but the defender headed it off the goal line. But it must be our eyes. That's be a corner to Snodland here on the right hand side. I have to say. You tried to be impartial for an official podcast, but with Snodland, the game plan seems to be with the crossfield diagonal or play it down the line and cut it back. I think Erith doing quite well to stop that and nullify it.
Yeah, well, after 20 minutes of the game, if they haven't already sussed that one out, I'd be amazed. But yeah, their tactics seem to be pretty limited, Snodland. And they're actually, I think they're probably doing a lot more running in this half, given that they're going downhill than they expected. So,
good save by Mackenzie Foley there.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of movement on the edge of the box. It was a half chance really away there. Now it's the big long goal kick goes out for a throw. But no, go back to it. With at the moment, I mean, you don't want to disrespect or like I say, sound like you're having a pop, but that seems to be the game plan. There doesn't seem to be any idea from Snodland to go down the middle. And even though it's a hot day and it's very sweaty out there, the centre defenders haven't had much to do. It's been the fullbacks who have done a lot of the work.
Yeah, and you know, if it was me, I'd be looking in this heat. I'd be looking for the shortest route possible from the goalkeeper to the opposition goal. And there are gaps down the middle because we are watching their wings. So yeah, but let's not say that too loud. But yeah, I think we've done well to sort of nullify the threat that they've got. And it just remains to be seen whether they can maintain this in the second half when they're running uphill.
This is where, I know we keep saying it, we sound like a broken record and people listening to this are going to start rolling their eyes, but this is where it'll be interesting to see the second half, because you won't be able to play this down the wing, cut it back style when you're playing that steep up a hill.
No, unless they're supremely fit and they're used to running uphill every week, in which case it's all going to backfire horribly. But I don't think so somehow. But so far it's not been much of an event in terms of, they've had a couple of chances. Mackenzie's made a couple of decent saves. They have had one cleared off the line in amongst a sort of melee from a corner.
Yeah, and it remains 0-0.
But it remains 0-0.
It's another corner here to Snodland on the right hand side after a chance flashes across goal, but Truman does well to stop it going in. About to be hitting from the right hand side. It's low to the edge of the box, easily cleared up there.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for them to put it across goal, and no one there from Snodland to tap it in, which they'll be disappointed with. But like you say, Truman does really well to shepherd it out, and for the corner, and the corner's easily dealt with, and away we go.
That is quite easily the biggest let-off we've had this season.
Yep.
To be fair to Mackenzie, he has been the most solid, possibly the most solid player in the team this season, and he's had a little bit of a moment of madness there. Explain it, Rob. Go on.
It's hard to, because the ball was coming to him. It was definitely looked like it was going to bounce. He didn't think it was going to make it to him before the striker did, and then he ran out of his area and basically pirouetted like he was doing Swan Lake.
You know the video of Harry Maguire when he does the warm up where he flicks his leg behind his head.
Yeah,
that's what it's a bit like. Somehow he manages to keep it out, but definite let off.
Definitely, I think the ball hit him. Just literally, I mean, he had no control over it. The ball hit him, deflected slightly out of the path of the attacker, and it gave Jay a chance to clear.
The score remains 0-0. We're about a half hour into this game, and we were just saying, with all due respect to the away team, it's been very anonymous up front, hasn't it?
Yeah, us particularly, we've really had not much to do. Not really made any inroads.
Good recovery from Milo there from a Snodland break. Does really, really well to stay with a wide man. He's an absolute machine, that 16, isn't he, from Snodland?
Yeah, but yeah, like we said, they really, Erith Town have been pretty anonymous up front. Nothing really going on, but we keep coming back to it time and time again, but running up that hill in this weather has got to be a nightmare. But then again, Snodland coming back the other way, they haven't really been able to finish. They've had a couple of chances, they haven't really been able to finish or doing it in meaningful. And the game's pretty much at a stalemate at the moment, and I think the lowest common denominator thing is the pitch, it's the slope.
Yeah. I mean, Henry Arnold normally by now, again, it sounds like we're critiquing, and I don't mean to, but normally Henry Arnold's one of these players, the ball gets played up to him. Same with Harry Taylor. They hold the ball well. They're not blessed or graced with pace or the movement of a Louis Clark, but they do hold the ball well and they do justify their positions in the team. But they've not really been able to do much, have they? No. But I think even the way, again, without being disrespectful to Snodland, they've played it on the floor a couple of times and they look for that little flick round the corner. But it's quite Route 1, isn't it?
It very much is Route 1. I think they know their ground. They know where they're playing. They know that when it comes down to it, if you're playing downhill, the best way you're going to get any kind of a result is go along with it.
Yeah,
and work on the principle that
when you're
a
a team like Erith, which is a compliment to Woody's team, that's a good ball played through. Funnily enough, just handled on the floor. Cross comes in on the right hand side to the edge of the area. They're appealing for something. I don't know what they're appealing for. But when you're Adam Woodward's team, they actually like to play out on the floor and move it now, and it's difficult to do when the ball's always in the air.
Exactly.
It remains 0-0. I think Rob there was just auditioning for Frozen the musical with your repeated let it goes. Wish it was a bit cooler here. Well, Erith Town just had two chances to score.
Yeah. Harry Taylor threw on goal. Took a shot, well blocked.
Beat at the defender well. Some good footwork to get around the defender.
Yeah. And then the ball fell kindly for Ladic Melkonian, who took it round the defender, but his shot just didn't quite have enough power to make it over the line before the defender got to it and hooked it away. That's our best chances of the half, one after the other there. And you feel that going in one ahead would have a massive bearing on what happens in the second half. But yeah, all in all, got to say it was the best we've been in front of goal so far.
I'll be honest with you as well. We've just said it a moment ago. We need this half out of the way.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Keep it at 0-0. I mean, ideally, maybe a goal for Erith. Going at 0-0, regroup, because it's just not flowed really, is it?
Not at all.
And that's no disrespect to Adam Woodward and his team. We know how his team like to play football. You know, they've played some good stuff this season, and you know you can see why they're favoured. But it's just one of those.
2 balls on the pitch, Lino. Look what you're doing.
But it's just one of those games, isn't it, where you need to have that break, regroup, change tactics around, and see what the second half produces. So half time, and the teams are retaking to the pitch now. What do we make of that first half overall?
It was a bit of a non-event, most of it. They had a few chances. We only had a couple, but we spent most of our time keeping them out. But to be fair, the quality was not there from either side. It was a little bit flat, and you can't help thinking that the weather plays a big part in that, because it must be 5,000 degrees out in the middle of that pitch.
Let's not exaggerate. 4,500.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Steve, we was just talking. What do we think of that first half?
I think we are happy to go in 0-0. We've got the slope in our favour this half, but I think we've got to start playing a little bit more on the floor, get the ball forward rather than longer hopeful balls. But this is Erith Town. Anything can happen, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I think the thing is as well, in the first half, both teams were playing quite Route 1 stuff. And Erith struggled with that, either keeping it out and also maintaining it. Now that we've got the downhill that we've been talking about, and we might be able to play our game, you never know, second half might be a bit more positive.
Well, there's similarities with the Punjab game last week, where for the first 20 minutes we couldn't lay a glove on them, and as Woody said himself, and we came back roaring back in the second half, and we were by far the better side.
Yeah.
Let's hope it happens again today.
Let's see what the second 45 holds, eh? Up the Dockers. And Erith Town take the lead from Chalks there. I've had to stand up then, sit back down, a little Mexican wave to get with you there. Describe the goal.
Lovely bit of play through from Milo. Took it through the middle of them, passed it out wide. Ball come in to Harry. Harry had a go, pinged off the defender up into the air, and Chalks come in. Lovely little volley into the side netting, or into the side of the net. Past the keeper. Great goal.
1-0 to Erith Town. Steve, everyone shouting Chalks. Charlie Chalk there with the goal.
I'm just a bit confused. We haven't been 1-0 down before we started playing.
We've got Gandalf in goal. Do you remember Lord of the Rings? You shall not pass. It's Mackenzie Foley. Gandalf.
There you go. Absolutely. No, I mean, we had the run of the play. Now we've got to go on, and we've got to consolidate at the moment and keep possession, and just snuff them out and do a job.
Job indeed needs doing. As we said, Erith Town in the second half should find their rhythm, playing with the downslope advantage. That seems to have taken effect. 1-0 to the Dockers. I'm not actually gonna try and poke any bears. I didn't see what happened there, and a substitute who was just literally just come on. I didn't see what happened.
They both went up for the ball. their player decided to scream and roll around on the floor, and Red Dead sent off.
And now Woody's been sent off.
Of course he has, because he's shouting at the referee for being the wrong kind of referee.
So we've had a red card for the young lad, and we've got a red card for Adam Woodward. Crikey O'Reilly. It's this has just been a mad couple of minutes.
Well, it's obviously that's what it's for, but
Embarrassing, I
yeah, it remains 1-0 to Erith Town. Well, it all seems to have calmed down now, but either way you look at it, Erith Town are now down to 10 men.
I think it's a shame that just about everybody in the crowd is talking about a red card incident and how it was harsh at best.
It was supposedly for an elbow. Supposedly, I didn't see it.
Yeah, but I did, and there wasn't one. So as far as I'm concerned, it's ruined the game. But then again, I am slightly biased. But yeah, it's a shame. What people should be talking about is football, not a red card incident. There shouldn't have been a red card.
In the nicest way, I sort of call things how it is, Erith hat on or not. But like I said, I didn't see anything. No one really reacted. I know we were saying about a yellow card, but no one really reacted, did they?
No one reacted until their defender decided to start screaming. Yeah. And then, of course, the Snodland Town bench, like every single one of them to a man, jumped up and started screaming, red card, red card, red card, so...
No, exactly.
And the referees, it's been a bit of a homer the whole game. And so here we are.
Yeah, and so it's still 1-0 to the Dockers.
He's going to trip someone up.
Yeah, free kick to the Dockers now on the edge of the box. Red card, isn't it? I jest.
Denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, of course.
Yeah, so, what is it? Dogso. Referee's chatting with the Snodland team there. I'm not sure what for. I don't like to say referees lose control of the game, but it's getting a bit snipey now, isn't it?
Well, they're telling him what to do now. The Snodland team are telling him what to do. That's always a bad sign for any referee.
We're getting a few looks as well, so we'll keep the voice down slightly. Sorry? I'm not biased at all. I was the one who just said I like to see things down the middle. Thank you very much. Free kick now on the edge of the box.
Go on, Milo.
Milo looks like he's going to take it. There's a 5-6 man wall there. Referee saying don't do the YMCA while you're there.
That don't look like 10 yards to me.
No, it is quite close. But whistles to mouth. Whistle is blown. Curled round the... What? Oh, good save from the goalkeeper. Great save from the Snodland goalkeeper. It remains 1-0. That wasn't biased. Tell you what, it's getting a little bit spicy here, isn't it? Tell you what I really, really want. You know what I mean? I want this game to continue.
What I really, really want is a game of football to break out after all this.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's getting a bit funny now, isn't it? I mean... they've got Snodland appealing for a penalty. The player then goes down with a head injury. The ref lets play continue for about 2-3 minutes. Erith then go down the attack. Ball goes back to Snodland. It's 25-30 yards further up the pitch. Well, I think they've given a head start because of the hill.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but it's certainly getting a bit spicy.
It's beginning to
say the least. And Snodland, obviously, they're like I watched Jaws last night.
Right.
It's like the little boy on the inflatable. They can smell blood. You remind me of that, the mum. You've got one of those hats on. The bikini and all.
Nice, thanks.
Nice visual for you all. What with Rob's crisp ankles and 20 stone as well.
Yeah.
It's quite the sight. But no, in all seriousness... But in all seriousness, it's definitely getting a bit interesting.
Yeah, I think this has got more arguing to go on as the half goes on. There'll be more and more rowing. They're going to be calling for every single thing they possibly can so they can get a chance of a goal. And we're going to be calling for everything we possibly can in order to keep it.
Stop them from scoring that goal. Yeah. It remains 1-0 to Erith Town. Corner on the right hand side after a red card for Snodland's player and their management team. Certainly getting exciting, Rob.
It certainly is. It's evened things up now, so hopefully we've got a better chance if we keep playing the way we're playing. We've got a chance of a terrible foul.
There's another professional foul there by Snodland to stop Ladic. He was through.
That was dogs, I think.
There's another card come out. I'll tell you what, it's like Christmas, all these cards that keep coming out at the moment, isn't it? It remains 1-0 to Erith Town. It's full time here at Snodland. We've come round to the community centre because it was a bit lively. Rob, what do you think of the game, mate?
Much livelier second half than first, that's for certain. But yeah, hard fought. But we've got to win in the end. Like I say, I always say this: if you get 3 points, you walk away and you can't really complain. Although we will hear a lot of complaining about the officiating on this particular game, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of red cards. 4 red cards in the end. Don't know how many yellows. Yeah, just I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, like the tweets were going out where it felt like at points that we were riding waves of pressure, and especially last 10 minutes, it was all Snodland trying to break through. But I don't think that was anything really from our game. I think that was just the utter confusion caused by the officials.
Yeah, and I'm pretty certain the referee didn't have much of a clue what was going on most of the time, and it seemed at one point he was taking all of his instructions from the Snodland team. Or from their bench, who were spent most of the... I thought we were only supposed to have one person in the technical area at any one time. It felt like they had 12. But anyway, all that aside, there was a bit of confusion. The game was a bit stop and start, but it did get a bit lively and a bit tasty. But ultimately, walk away with their 3 points. It's a really good win for us, a really good win. Yeah. Points on the board. It keeps us in the hunt and keeps us in the shout, which is what you want. And so you're going to go home from a win like that with a smile on your face, feeling good about life, and looking forward to what the rest of the evening's going to bring. Defensively solid towards the end.
Ladic, I thought, had an absolutely brilliant game. Milo, he was in and out of the game, but when he was in it, he was superb for me as well. Tom Ash had a few good moments.
JJ had a great game. Ladic definitely MOM for me.
Mackenzie Foley again, I thought had a good game. Apart from that little howler mistake he nearly made, I thought he had a good game.
Yep. I mean, across the park there was no one bad. It was all good. I think Truman had a really good game as well. So yeah. All in all, nothing to complain about.
Exactly.
Apart from the officiating.
3 points here at Snodland Town. 3 points going back to the Stanmore Stadium. Up the Dockers.